Book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 48. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee.
Which who?
Which the Lord shall sin against thee.
Since we didn't want to serve God and keep his commandments, God said, you're going to serve your enemy. You talking about us, we're one nation, right? God said you're supposed to rule the earth. All nations supposed to worship you, right? To serve you, right? Now we got to serve all the nations on the face of the earth. We just made our lives harder, right? So if we didn't want to submit to him, God said you're going to serve your enemies. Read.
In hunger.
In what?
In hunger.
So if you want food, who you got to go to? You got to go to Walmart. Who on Walmart? White man. You try to go to black businesses, but where they get their food from? White man, right? Read.
And in thirst.
Water. Beer. You know, some of us, we love drinking that beer, man. Water. Who you get your water from? The Aquafinas. Who you get it from? The faucet water. Who runs your water in your house or in your apartment? The white people, right? Read.
And in nakedness.
The clothes you even got on your back. Who make them? Black folks don't make them. We don't owe nothing to make our clothes in bulk. We gotta go to the other nations for our own clothes. And look it up for me. Just so I can get the scripture for you. I don't know how top of the dome. Then we're gonna go back to our history in the Bible. And I'm gonna show you what you need to do to change. You understand what I'm saying? What is it? That's it? Well, they're gonna get it. They're gonna get it for me.
32 and 39.
32 and 39. Get that.
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 32, verse 39. See now that I, even I, am he.
You see that? Even I am he, right? Read.
And there is no God with me.
There's what?
There is no God with me.
There is no other God with the Father. It's just him. Read.
I kill and I make alive. I wound and I heal. Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand.
It is God doing all these things, right? So there is no woman sitting beside the Father. I don't know what she talking about. Sophia, she gotta be smoking or something. But go back to Deuteronomy 28 real quick, and we're gonna get one more. Give me what was it, 48? Give me that.
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 48. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee.
Which who?
Which the Lord shall sin against thee.
Since we didn't want to serve God and keep his commandments, God said, you're going to serve your enemy. You talking about us, we're one nation, right? God said you're supposed to rule the earth. All nations supposed to worship you, right? To serve you, right? Now we got to serve all the nations on the face of the earth. We just made our lives harder, right? So if we didn't want to submit to him, God said you're going to serve your enemies. Read.
In hunger.
In what?
In hunger.
So if you want food, who you got to go to? You got to go to Walmart. Who on Walmart? White man. You try to go to black businesses, but where they get their food from? White man, right? Read.
And in thirst.
Water. Beer. You know, some of us, we love drinking that beer, man. Water. Who you get your water from? The Aquafinas. Who you get it from? The faucet water. Who runs your water in your house or in your apartment? The white people, right? Read.
And in nakedness.
The clothes you even got on your back. Who make them? Black folks don't make them. We don't owe nothing to make our clothes in bulk. We gotta go to the other nations for our own clothes. On your collar, it will either say made in Taiwan, made in China, made in the USA. You understand what I'm saying? Tyrone ain't making them. Papoose ain't making them, man. Derek ain't making them.
Right.
You feel me? Read.
And in want of all things.
You want a driver license? You want an education? You want shoes on your feet? You want to birth your child? Because you know, when you birth a child, you got to let them know. You can't just be popping out kids. You got to get papers on them. You understand? When you die, you need a death certificate. You get married, you need a certificate. You understand? All these things you need. And they got to give it to you, right? Read.
And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck.
He said, hold on, read that again. What?
And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck.
Who had yoke of iron on their neck? We did. It's all right there. We had the yoke of iron upon our neck, but check this out, Rick.
Until he have destroyed thee.
Do you got a yoke of iron around your neck? God said you're gonna have a yoke of iron upon your neck until he have destroyed you. You celebrate Christmas? You celebrate Halloween? 4th of July? New Year's? April? It was April Fools? Easter? God has destroyed you. Because most of our people don't know why we celebrate these things. I used to celebrate all these things. I never knew why. But we was destroyed. My mama taught me. Her mama taught her. Her mama taught her. Her daddy taught her. We learned all these things from them. We don't even know nothing of our own. You understand? Give me Jeremiah 17. We don't know anything of our own. Why? Because God took it away from us. Because we didn't want to keep the commandments of God. Read that.
It's the book of Jeremiah, chapter 17, verse 4. And thou, even thyself, shalt discontinue from thine heritage.
What comes with a heritage? Huh? You can say money, but the language you speak, the clothes you wear, you understand? Your custom, how holy days you keep, your celebrations. These things come with a heritage. We don't have that. Everything we know, we got from them.
Shalom, Israel. This is Bishop Nathaniel. I want you to know that you can view all our Sabbath classes live on IUIC TV. That's right, I said on IUIC TV. Download the app today. Shalom.
And we pay it down to our kids, right? But what's going to change you? Give me Psalms 119. What you think? What's going to change us? What do we got to come back to? I got you, man. I got you. Read that.
Psalms chapter 119, verse 9. Wherewithal shall a young man cleanse his way, by taking heed thereto according to thy word.
Taking heed to what? According to thy word. Give me Psalm 19:7. Wherewithal shall a young man cleanse his ways? He has to take heed to the words of God. Read.
Psalms chapter 19, verse 7. The law of the Lord is perfect.
What's perfect? The laws of the Lord is perfect. Read.
Converting the soul.
What they do?
Converting the soul.
God's laws does what? It converts us, right? Read.
The testimony of the Lord is sure, making wise the simple.
And God's laws make wise of the simple of our people. Because I was once simple. The scriptures, I didn't know none of these scriptures. I didn't know some of these books even existed in the Bible. You understand? The way me and you talking back and forth, I didn't used to do that with people. Right? It's the word of God that changed me to be able to talk to another brother and go through the scriptures and let them know what it means to change and how to change, right? You understand what I'm saying? Give me Psalm 19. Now, matter of fact, give me Numbers 15:38 real quick. Then we'll get to 7. Check this out, because this is part of our heritage, right? The way we dress. Read.
It's the book of Numbers, chapter 15, verse 37. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, and bid them that they make them fringes in the borders of their garments.
What are fringes? Fringes. These right here? These are fringes. We got on the border of our garment, right? Read.
Throughout their generation.
And I got 2 boys. So guess what I do with my boys? I put these on my sons as well, on their shirts. Read.
And that they put upon the fringe of the borders a ribbon of blue.
And now, you see, he said we got to put a ribbon of blue on it. Throughout your generation, we have to do this. But why? Read this.
And it shall be unto you for a fringe, that ye may look upon it.
Do what?
That ye may look upon it.
Not just me, you too, because you see my fringes, right? Read.
And remember all the commandments of the Lord.
That's why. So we can remember all the commandments of the Lord. Let me give you a commandment. Give me Exodus 20. Exodus 20 and verse 8. Let me give you a commandment. Because when is the Sabbath? Or when do most people go to church? Sunday, right? Check this out. Read.
Exodus chapter 20, verse 8. Remember the Sabbath day.
Why did he tell us to remember the Sabbath day? He tells us to remember because in these last days, we're going to forget. He said, remember the Sabbath day. Read.
Remember the Sabbath day, to keep it holy. 6 days shalt thou labor, and do all thy work.
6 days shall you labor and do all your work. When does the first day begin? No, I'm talking about the first day of the week. Sunday, right? You a smart man? What's your name? Sean John? Sean John, right? The first day of the week is Sunday, right? So he said you got 6 days to do all your work, right? Read.
But the seventh day but the seventh day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God.
What is the seventh day? The seventh day, you got Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Then you got Saturday. That's the seventh day. So guess what? When the sun go down at night, it's going to be the Sabbath day. It's going to be the seventh day. You understand what I'm saying? Read.
In it thou shalt not do any work.
So on the Sabbath day, there's no working, right? Read.
Thou, nor thy son, nor thy daughter, thy manservant, nor thy maidservant, nor thy cattle, nor thy stranger that is within thy gates.
Now give me Nehemiah. Give me Nehemiah real quick. And not just working, it's some other things that we shouldn't do. We shouldn't be buying on the Lord's Sabbath day, right? That means no going to this store tomorrow. You can't do that. When the sun go down, ain't no just going to Walmart, going to the store and do all this and that. That's our way of boycotting. Every Friday sundown to Saturday sundown, we ain't buying. Just imagine if every black, Hispanic, Native American did that. That'll shut this down, right? Read.
The book of Nehemiah, chapter 13, verse 15. In those days saw I in Judah some treading the wine presses on the Sabbath, and bringing in sheaves, and lading asses, as also wine, grapes, and figs, and all manner of burdens.
All manner of what?
Of burdens.
They working on the Lord's Sabbath, right? Read.
Which they brought into Jerusalem on the Sabbath day. And I testified against them.
You did what?
I testified against them.
Why? Why did he testify against them? Because we should not be working on the Lord's Sabbath day. You understand? These things are important. We shouldn't be working. We shouldn't be buying. We shouldn't be cooking on the... Give me that. In Exodus. Is it Exodus 16? We shouldn't be cooking on the Lord's Sabbath day as well. So guess what? You can make a sandwich. You can make a salad. You can eat cold food. You can cook some right now. Then when the sun go down, you got food. You understand what I'm saying? Our people like to act like they ain't never ate cold chicken or a cold pizza before. You can eat pasta, salad, you can eat tuna, so many things you can eat cold. Read that.
The book of Exodus, chapter 16, verse 23. And he said unto them, this is that which the Lord hath said. Tomorrow is the rest of the holy Sabbath.
See, today is the day before the Sabbath, right? Tomorrow is the Sabbath, right? Read.
Unto the Lord. Bake that which ye will bake today.
Bake what you shall bake today. Like right now, my wife is at home cooking. She baking what we won't eat tomorrow, right? Read.
And seed that ye will seed. And that which remaineth over lay up for you to be kept until the morning.
What that sound like? Leftovers.
Right.
What is a nation? Nation is men leading by example. Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is children with role models. Nation is unity. Nation is you.
And finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord. His word, his word, his word, his word.
Hey, Shalom Israel, Most High in Christ blessed. Deacon Abiel in the building. Listen, subscribe to IUIC Oklahoma YouTube page. We got a lot more content coming out. We got the captains, we got the officers about to drop some fire. Stay tuned, and don't forget, fix your faces on IUIC Oklahoma. Stay tuned with the latest and greatest content that we got coming out. All praise be to the Most High God. Shalom.